In this demonstration, I'm drawing and painting some lilac flowers. The photograph that I'm working from, I'm not copying completely. It just inspired me to draw them in a really nice tight bunch. So I'm not drawing the basket or anything like that. It was the abundance of the flowers that I was really attracted to, and the colours. So we don't always have to copy completely reference photographs. It's nice just to use them to spark an idea. I'm doing the drawing using the stopper from my ink bottle. It's acrylic ink and it's a black ink. So you've got to be very careful. You can soon make splodges with this method. So always keep some tissue and some water handy in case you make mistakes and you need to mop those up. You'll notice later on that I put some clips on the paper. This is the last piece of paper on this gummed pad, and it curls up a little bit, and you'll find that when you get down to the last piece of paper on your pad that it hasn't got as thick a back on it, so it will curl when you put lots of water on it. So I've put some clips on the edges there, you'll see later on. So the main difference between working in this way and working with something like a fine liner is the amount of time it takes for that ink to dry. You need to leave it for quite a long time, perhaps even overnight, for that ink to completely dry. If you do have some areas where you've got very big puddles of ink, like you'll see I have, you can suck some of that up with a corner of a tissue very carefully, or with the tip of a brush. And you'll find if you have some thick areas of paint after it's dried, sometimes it's still a little bit shiny. You might not mind that, and if you don't, that's fine. If you do mind that, what you can do is once you've completed everything and it's all dry, you could put a matte varnish over the top. By working with your stopper like this, it's much more expressive. So you get a very big variety of lines. You get some very thin lines, some very thick lines. So very different from working with your fine liner where your line is all one size. So it's great mark making practice using this method. It's a good way to loosen up because you can't worry too much about making lots of mistakes. You've just got to go for it. I didn't do any pencil drawing, I just set off sketching, and it's sometimes really good fun just to do this, and it helps to free you up and be more impressionistic. When you're looking at the flowers, look at the overall shape of the lilac, of each lilac flower, but then look at all the little florets in amongst that. And just pick out one or two shapes. Don't try and do every little one. Just pick out the overall shapes, and here and there just emphasize some of those. Look at the lines of the leaves. They've got some lovely curls to them. Try and get some what's the word for I'm just trying to think of a word. Try and get some expression in those leaves, make them nice and curly. Okay, so once it's completely dry, then go on top with some watercolour paints. Get your paints ready before you start. Don't wet your paper first, just get going and use a really big brush. This is another way to loosen up. You're not going to be loose and free in your painting if you're using tiny little brushes and putting in lots of detail. Use a big brush and you'll become more expressive and quicker with your work. So have your paints ready. Look at the difference in the colours. There's some blue lilac, some more sort of blue violet lilacs, and some pink ones. So we've got two sorts there, and actually the flowers are quite different if you look at them. The more pinky one has 5 petals to each little floret, and the other one has 4. So these are all things you notice as you're sketching. Leave some of the white paper, so as you put that paint on, leave some little chinks of white paper showing through so you've got the light coming through. And then whilst it's all still wet, go on top of that with some thicker paint and just dab the colours in and let them flow into each other. You'll see that the green colour that I have for the leaves flows into the flowers, and the flowers flow into each other. It doesn't matter because you've got that drawing there. That expressive drawing is what this is all about. The colour is just to add another layer to it. So don't worry about those colours melding into each other. I'll put a picture at the end of a close-up of this, how beautifully they all mix on the paper together. If you want them to mix nicely like this, you need to have them all the same consistencies to begin with. So you see when I mixed up my paints that I use the same amount of water in each mix. This way you don't need to worry about them not going into each other and making messes and cauliflowers and things like that. So keep them all the same consistency, work quite quickly with a nice big brush, and have some fun with this. Thank you very much for watching. Let me know what you think in the comments below. I'll be back again soon with another tutorial or demonstration. In the meantime, enjoy your painting and drawing. Bye bye for now.